Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Some would be entertained by it. Some would be horrified by
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
All would be interested in it.
The Rob and Kale podcasts.
Let's go.
And welcome in to the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders, joined by my good friend, the number one Gamecock YouTuber on the planet, Mr. Carolina Jackpot. Kale, what's up, buddy?
How's everybody doing this evening? A lot of folks in watching already. That's what we want to see. We want to see some phone calls tonight. I've sent the phone number to the show to a bunch of slap nuts all over the internet today that I've been arguing back and forth with. So hoping they'll call in and give me a chance to get them in the verbal squared circle, if you will.
You say slap nuts or slap dicks?
He's
Slap
some
nuts.
slap dick from East Boga,
Right.
Community College.
Huh.
That's where tonight, in honor of Dabo, I am the honorary assistant. I'm actually the assistant to the assistant. I didn't have enough room to put it, but I am the assistant to the assistant offensive line coach for East Boga Community College.
But you're not a slap dick though. You're the
No, East Boga Community College is actually in Sugar Tit, South Carolina.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we've got a lot to get into this evening. We'll start with thanking our sponsors, and then we're going to talk about the way that the media picked the SEC. We did our ACC picks live the other night, but the media's already released, or the SEC's already released the media picks for the division there. We'll get to that in a second. First of all, big shout out to Big Barney Ross. Already with the super chat this evening, the Tennessee Vols coaching staff is selling second chances for $100 at McDonald's this weekend. Very, very good. All right, anyway, we want to thank Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Highway 1, diagonal from the Walmart. Thanks to them for sponsoring the show, including the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, which is coming up in a bit here.
It's first of the season.
Yeah, the first of the season. We are not that far.
Well, we need to get that set up and, go ahead and probably start putting out the advertisements to take up the funds for that. The first of the month's coming around, and a lot of these
It is.
a lot of these deadbeats out there only get paid on the first of the month. So
That's funny. All right. Well, anyway, there's that. And I tell you what, we've got, of course, that's a Highway 1 diagonal from the Walmart in West Columbia. For some reason, I say I've got two feeds going. I don't understand that. We'll check that out in a second. But before we do that, Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport, we've got story time with Carolina Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story.
sucks to be a Gamecock. We potentially have the best quarterback ever on our roster this season. Our pick to finish 5th in the SEC East. We are truly a government cheese program. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. And, of course, we appreciate Dennis for sponsoring the show. I tell you what, let's first of all, appreciate you guys liking the thumbnail there, Dr. Bark. Yeah, I found that earlier today. I thought that was cool.
Over in the chat, I pinned this up here real quick for its stupidity. Josh Pinion says, South Carolina thinks Spencer Rattler are going to save South Carolina's season. LOL. Well, I mean, what are we supposed to think, Josh? No, he's going to fucking ruin it. I mean, really? I mean, well, are you not supposed to be kind of, thrilled with that? I mean, when we've had doo-doo quarterback play for the past 10 fucking years, and we actually get somebody who can complete a goddamn forward pass playing for us, I don't think anybody said he's going to save the season from what? From the fire, from a plane crash? I mean, what are we saving it from?
It's a good question.
Attack of the Killer Monkeys? I mean, monkeypox. There you go.
Jesus. All right. Well, I don't know how that goes, but we've got some photos here we're going to share with you in a moment from
What is this? Uncle Lou says Jackpot doesn't want to hang out with the rest of the YouTube college community. Makes you laugh, sir. The past couple of what is it? The Slav Olympics. I couldn't come. I had to work. Doesn't mean I don't want to hang out. I'm going to ask off this time. I'm going to make it a point to go next March. It's in South Carolina.
that'd be cool. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so the SEC predictions,
Josh
Jackpot,
says Spencer Rattler couldn't make it at Oklahoma. He is Jamboree quarterback. He ain't the mailman. Go Dogs. I mean, how many yards did he throw for in 2020?
What the fuck is a Jamboree quarterback?
I don't know what the fuck. I think this dude's drunk.
What the fuck is
That's
that?
what you put. That's high school shit, ain't it? That's what they use before the regular season starts. The Jamboree.
So you have a special quarterback that runs out for the Jamboree? Okay. I mean, that's the first that I've ever heard of it, but all right, whatever you got to go with there. And Georgia fans kill me because the only thing that they should be saying, and I've said this for the longest time, is we won the national title. Shut your face. They shouldn't have to punch down at people. Use an old term there. You guys are all fucking chasing us. Here, let me help you simple Georgia fans, okay? There's some that actually get it. But the reality is this: you should literally be saying, we are the national champion. You want to be us. You want to be where we are right now. That's it. But yet you're running your mouth calling Spencer Rattler a Jamboree quarterback. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like some piss poor fan base that hasn't won shit in 45 fucking years. Then you finally win something, and now you don't know how to fucking act. That's how it looks now. All right, act like you've fucking won before because you have the best program in the country till somebody unseats you. And yet
they've just they're worried this year because they don't have all those first rounders on defense anymore. They're worried about Screech coming out there at quarterback for them with his little dick in his hand and wondering if he's going to be able to get his damn job done because the games are actually going to probably fucking be on the line a little bit more this time than they were a year ago. So
yeah, well, they're actually going to have they're going to have to actually have him make some passes. So that may be kind of the way that it goes. But deep down in their hearts, the smart fans that are over there would tell you they would feel a hell of a lot better about their chances of repeating for a national title if they had Spencer Rattler taking snaps for them over the deranged looking Screech fella. They would.
And by the way, I hope Gunnar Stockton and Oscar Delp play such shitty football this fall that Kirby Smart goes out there and beats them with his bowl cut.
How does he beat him with the?
I don't know. He's going to take the visor off, make them drop their damn britches, and beat their ass with it.
All right. Well, I don't know how that's going to work out, but what a mess. Anyway, so the SEC standings, as predicted by the media, Jackpot, when we look at them, the one thing that really caught me was actually two things. LSU picked to finish 5th in the West. I'm not buying that. Are you?
I don't know. It's really hard. I brought up my Phil Steele magazine just so I could read up on them. And the last line here says that they are a tough team to get a handle on. Not talking about like opposing defenses. He's talking about getting his head wrapped around what they're going to do. I mean, they got a tough schedule. Shout out to Peg and Megan for the tough SEC schedules. It's brutal. But they go to Arkansas, they go to Texas A&M, and they catch Alabama at home. But that's after a bye week. They go to Florida. I mean, I don't know about that, but it's pretty tough here. I mean, they can surprise some people. I don't think anybody. I knew in 2019, I knew they were going to be good. I don't think anybody expected what we got from them. So just knowing what you're going to get from Alabama, you know probably what you're going to get from A&M, Arkansas, and then there's kind of a that muddy middle there with with Ole Miss and Auburn, and I would probably pencil Ole Miss in at fourth. So yeah, I could see that.
Well, South Carolina also picked to finish fifth, behind the Florida Gators, who their coach has been poor mouthing. I think South Carolina is going to finish better than fifth.
South Carolina is better than Florida. But I can see it. I can understand them being picked to finish fifth because, like I said, it's very much a case of show me. Show me something that's not on paper. Give me something tangible to wrap my head around, and then we can move forward. I mean, they haven't done Dick whenever they've been. They've had high expectations several times since Steve Spurrier left, and they failed to deliver. So I get it. I really do. I mean, I would pick them fourth right now. Honestly, I would probably pick them fourth because I think Florida's a shit show. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the name on the jersey counts for something.
It does.
James Thompson says you're better than Vandy. That's it. Well, hell, at least my team is better than them. Yeah, I mean, yours touts a losing record to them. So put that in your fat pipe and smoke it there, Tater boy.
60s. The only person alive that fucking saw that game or was even remotely alive was Billy over there. Shit, stop with all that nonsense.
Well, I mean, they lost to him. I mean, they Vanderbilt owns them.
All right.
It would take you almost 1,000 days if you play them every year to even up the series.
You have a losing record to the North Augusta YMCA, so those things that matter now. You played them in 1903 and lost.
They were a fucking powerhouse. Everybody was scared to death of them.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, I mean they finished up second in the state, right behind the Orangeburg YMCA.
Fucking out of here. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to open up the phone because Josh over there mentioned that he wants to call in. I guess we should open up the phone lines at 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. You can join the show right now. Call the show at 803-470-2905. It's scrolling on the bottom there for you if you would like to get into that. Yeah, Jack, I get frustrated when people say that kind of stuff because it's not really telling the entire truth there, but okay. You guys can look that up, though. They have a losing record to the North Augusta YMCA team. So theres that. Anyway.
Vandy.
All right, let's go out to the phones. And we'll take this call first. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, well, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey guys, I happy about GGS committed to soccer. I was really happy about that.
Yeah, big deal, big recruit there for South Carolina. Is they're gonna have possibly one of the best quarterback transfers in the country, and then the number one overall player in the country in hoops playing there. So it's gonna be interesting this fall and winter over there for South Carolina.
Yeah, that's true. I'm impressed with Lamar Paris, but he's got a lot of work to do, you know.
He does, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling, buddy. Thank you so much.
If I go, can I tell y'all something?
Sure.
Hey, I feel bad for Phil Perry, but I pray for his family, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of sad what happened to Phil Petty. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thank you, man.
Take care, guys.
All right, bye-bye. All All right, 803-470-2905. We didn't really talk about Phil Petty, but man, that's
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
42 years old and then passing away like that. It's just
Nicholas Powell asked me, could he be a special teams coach at Eastwood to go to community college? Actually, yeah, we got an opening for that because our
Slapdick from East Bogo,
Right.
community college.
because our last one,
Good evening.
the one that we had, he
What's going on, y'all?
he had to give it up like before spring practice, and he took his old job back holding the flag at construction sites on the road. So yeah, he's a flag man. So he went back to doing that. So yes, definitely.
Okay. Caller, what do you have for the program?
Oh, I just wanted to that performance to Jackpot today, that was beautiful. You had me going, and then when the music came out, just absolutely amazing video, sir.
Oh, thank you. That was
That's funny.
the music, the classical interlude was a nice touch, I thought.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
you had me going at first, and then when the music started going, I was like, "This has got to be a joke." And then I started
Who else can have a thing like that with classical music in it, Gamecock football, and Eddie Guerrero all in one video together? No one but me.
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Craziness.
But anyway, that's all I had to say. Go Vols, y'all have a good afternoon.
All right.
Go Cox.
803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. I'm going to refresh my Jackpot entertain the folks here. I'm going to refresh my feed here, man, because they're saying that I'm coming in twice. I don't understand that. So let me refresh my feed really quick here.
Well, guys, looks like he left us. Frothy Tavern says he can't wait till Jackpot meltdown live streams this fall as good as most of the real games. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do, though, if we actually start winning some of these games? Well, I won't have anybody watching.
That's funny.
Turn over there and look. There'll be like 9 people watching.
Yeah, can you that's one of the crazy things. If South Carolina starts to not suck, Jackpot's like the people that come to watch Jackpot lose his shit, they're just going to dwindle away. So there's that. All right, 803-470-2905. As we look at the rest of the standings here, Jackpot, South Carolina got 3 first-place votes
30 smart people.
to win the entire SEC. Crazy.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, God. Anyway, under that logic, though, Vanderbilt also got a first-place vote.
Well, I mean, Vanderbilt's getting better. So,
yeah. Auburn picked to finish dead last in the West. Are you buying that or are you selling it?
buying.
Yeah. I think Mississippi State may finish higher than 6th. I really do. It's crazy because they returned so much of their offense and their defense.
Yeah.
And a little bit more time there for the Pirate. I think they may be better than people think. I really do.
Well, they got that ass beat in the bowl game, though. So,
Yeah, well, bowl games don't matter. We talked about that.
no, they don't. Who gives a shit, right?
Who gives a shit? All right, 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. That's the number to dial if you'd like to join us here on the program this evening. Josh says Georgia will beat South Carolina by 21 this year. Okay.
In football?
Way to go out there on a fucking limb there, buddy. Jesus Christ. Has Josh been in this group in the room before? Because I don't remember.
No, yeah, he's been around before. He comes around during football season. He was in the contest.
Okay, I don't remember. Anyway, 803-470-2905.
Big Barney Ross says, "What's the difference between a Coastal Carolina University sorority sister and a scarecrow? One lives in a field and is stuffed with hay. The other frightens birds and animals."
No, Big Barney Ross always on point there. All right, so the other segment we've got here is that the All SEC team first team quarterback is Bryce Young. I thought, Jackpot, that it was going to be Hendon Hooker because that's all we've heard is Hendon Hooker's the greatest thing ever. But
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to go against the defending Heisman Trophy winner.
yeah. Also, this is interesting too. With Chris Rodriguez makes the second team behind Stank Bigsby and Jahmyr Gibbs from Alabama.
Stank, they voted him in the
First team running back.
you think anything has to do with the old DUI arrest, and maybe he may miss some time? You think? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know about all that. I think that there may be some validity to that, but on the other hand, wow, that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
I mean, it's just weird. You know, I mean, he's the SEC's returning leading rusher. They do have. I mean, they've got some. They had some attrition along the offensive line though. So
Elijah says second in the SEC, but first in our hearts in DUIs. According, that's with Kentucky.
but you can't tell them anything about it though. They got mad when I said something about it in that video, preseason video I did on them. That one guy, I remember, he got all mad with the shouty caps and started telling me, "We got a transfer from Auburn, and he's huge," in all caps. He's gonna be picked on day 2 of the draft in all caps. I'm like, hot damn, hold on there, hot rod. It's just football. Don't kill me over it.
Yeah, don't get so fucking upset there, buddy. All right, Jackpot.
Don't come down to South Carolina and murder me in my sleep.
Some of these things you sent me today. This is from Dennis Holyfield. I'll read this one. He says, "Tater Dude here heard on Gamecock radio station that Beamer's tenure will be labeled a failure if Clemson is not beaten in the next 3 years. That's some pressure for Beamer. I think he should circle a date and really focus on a Clemson win, even if it means under-preparing for near-date games. OSU did this in 2020, and the red carpet was rolled out for day. Beamer needs to win this above all others and should be treated as so." I kind of – what do you think about that, Jackpot? Go ahead first.
I don't. So tenure is going to be labeled a failure if they doesn't beat Clemson in 3 years. Well, I mean, they're going to fire him if he doesn't beat Clemson in 3 years. I mean, Will Muschamp was 6 years, and he never beat Clemson. Never came within 3 touchdowns of them. So I don't know. And then he says we should circle the date and focus on a Clemson win, even if it means don't under-prepare for near-date games. Brother, South Carolina plays Tennessee the week before that. I mean, in the realm of all things SEC, if South Carolina happened to be in the mix in the SEC East, I mean, beating Tennessee is a hell of a lot more important than beating Clemson.
Jackpot comes from the school of Steve Spurrier. Winning the SEC is more important than beating Clemson. Now, simple South Carolina fans, the dumb fucks that are out there, everything is Clemson because Clemson is your Super Bowl. Okay, but in reality, you hang banners for conference titles. You hang banners for division titles. You don't hang banners because you beat a team from the upstate. That is dumb fuck thinking to the 18th level. And anyone who's like, "Oh my God, we've got to beat Clemson." That's not even the most important game on your schedule.
Would you like to read Josh's latest dumb comment there? Will Muschamp didn't have the talent to beat anyone. You need players to beat good teams, period. Who's he a fan of? Again,
right? Is he a Georgia fan?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean,
can we refresh his memory into what happened in 2019?
Yeah, Israel Mukwamu is still laughing at that fucking Georgia offense. But go ahead with that nonsense. Whatever. Ridiculous. I mean, he had no talent, but he sure as hell picked off that Georgia quarterback, and had Will Muschamp eating some of that nasty ass shrubbery y'all got down there. Whatever, man.
Vol guy 78 says Shane Beamer is a clown. I mean, at least if Shane Beamer dresses up like a clown, at least he'd be a good looking one. Like he looked like Bozo. Like if Josh Heupel dressed up like a clown, he looked like fucking John Wayne Gacy when he put on his clown shit.
Oh shit. Let's go to the next one here from Jackpot. This is Tim Drury says, "Yikes! What a complete homer. Try and look up once in a while at the actual scoreboard and admit your team just isn't that good. It's the first step at getting. I'm reading it as he wrote it. At becoming better. The comrade's a teacher. He probably taught this guy. Georgia's been there too, but didn't get better by putting on blinders on how bad they were, or making excuses for a dozen losing games in a row to XYZ team. At the end of the day, you are your record." And then Jackpot, you kind of slapped him around a little bit there, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, what is me admitting that my team is a shit show? How is that going to make them better? I mean, do you think is Shane Beamer going to say, "Hey guys, stop the presses. We got to start recruiting a little bit better because Carolina Jackpot said we're a shit show"?
All right, hey caller, turn down your feed there, buddy, and talk. Oh shit! Turn down your feed. That's how it works.
Get out of the shower. Get on the phone.
Hi.
This is my first time calling.
Okay.
Well, let's explain something to you, sir. Before you get and do things with us, you have to turn down your feed so that we don't hear you in the delay. Very good. All right, what do you have for the program?
Well, I just called. I've been listening to y'all all year, and I had a dream about a year ago about South Carolina winning the national championship either this year or next year against the other USC. And tell Carolina Jackpot, stay positive. Everything's going to be all right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You too. I know Clemson. I like Clemson too, so y'all do great.
All right, buddy.
Just want to give y'all a positive on Carolina.
Okay, man. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. All right. Bye-bye.
This is a giant cock.
Frothy Tavern asked, was Will Muschamp a dick to reporters when at USC? I say yes, but I mean, than he was a dick. I mean, he said some dumb shit. One that I hearken back to is the defending old DJ Durkin thing. There's no credibility in anonymous sources. Okay. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was dick. Steve Spurrier was a dick, especially when they lost. Remember the Tennessee game that we lost in 2014? He just comes in, sits down, and says, "Well, y'all saw it. I ain't gonna take no questions." He just fucking walked out.
Fucking Jay wins the comments section for tonight. Why does only dumb people share their dreams? Jay. All right, so the next one from Jackpot. This from Jace Vincent. He goes, Tennessee goes 10-2 this year with losses to UGA and Alabama. I mean, that sounds like some of the Tennessee fans over there in the comments section.
I mean, why not say you're going to beat Georgia? I mean, they're not that good.
Yeah, they're going 7-0. Why not?
They're rebuilding, maybe.
All right, next is this one. This is from Clutch Sports Clemson. I'm with you, Marty. Brian Kelly is an elite coach and has a lot less red tape and a lot more resources at LSU. I fully expect him to thrive there.
Yeah, I threw this one in here because this guy's a real cock gobbler over on Twitter. It really pisses me off sometimes. But he actually said something here that I agree with. So that's why I wanted to throw it up and give him a little bit of a shout out and a push.
Little push. All right, the next one. Bro, we're not beating Tennessee. They're way more talented than us and could very well go 10-2 this season.
That's a Gamecock fan, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the Zanning No Gang. Okay.
What the fuck is that all about? All right, next. 28-0 at halftime. This is a joke. Don't take it seriously. And Jackpot says, yeah, okay. You fuck off with this comment, Jackpot.
He was talking about the Clemson or the South Carolina Tennessee game last year. It was 28-0 at halftime. And I'm like, yeah, I remember when we used to beat Clemson 5 years in a row too. This is fucking new year. Stupid ass.
All right. And the next one. Oops. Okay, the next one is.
Let me get off your YouPorn feed, Rob.
That's not a YouPorn feed. The Jacob watches says, I love Jackpot, but it's kind of weird how he's going at the I don't know what that is, when Tennessee is more likely to blow South Carolina out this year than anything.
Than what? Than Jesus
anything.
coming back? I mean, I like Jacob, but that's kind of dumb. Okay.
All right, and then finally, this was up. Someone sent me this. This is from the Big Spur. Ugh. The East is up for grabs. UGA could lose 4. Not saying it will, more than likely it won't, but the amount of people they lost. The second stringers from last year will now start and were second string for a reason. They go to Kentucky, at Mississippi State, at Carolina, and Tennessee at home.
Yeah, they were second string because they were playing behind people like Jordan fucking Davis, you idiot.
Yeah, it's look at the second string for Georgia could start anywhere else. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. I read that and I laughed because it was like, how does that happen?
The pesky pole over in the chat says Jesus has already come back. We know him as Shane Beamer. Good point.
What the fuck is
excellent point?
He's
Actually,
some slapdick from East Boga, right. Community college.
Yeah, fuck the damn pesky pole. That has to be like a Boston Red Sox thing, right? I mean, because they lost like 28-5 to the Blue Jays the other day. How do you lose 28 to 5
baseball?
In fucking baseball? They lost by what? 3 touchdowns and a field goal in baseball.
Wow.
They're spending like the second most money in the majors for their team, something like that. And they're losing to a team from fucking Canada 28-5 at home.
Hey, the Braves lost to them in the World Series one year.
They didn't lose a game 28-5.
Well, that's right. That was the Joe Carter walk-off home run.
No, it wasn't Joe Carter. It was fucking. Was it Joe Carter? No.
It was Joe Carter.
I don't think it was Joe Carter.
Joe Carter walked off the goddamn World Series. Yes, he did.
Was it? I thought it was Kirby Puckett.
He played for the Twins, you dink.
Yeah, true.
And that wasn't a walk-off. He didn't walk off the series either. That was game 6.
Delta 9 says it was Joe Carter. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe I was wrong.
Maybe. No, you were wrong.
I was wrong. God damn.
Thank you.
We didn't lose. I was wrong on that one. I don't remember Joe Carter. Yeah, now I do. Now it goes into my head. Fuck Joe Carter and Kirby Puckett. Fuck him for the whole truth. And fuck Jack Morris too. Jack Morris can go to hell too, just for the record. I don't like him either. Anyway, 803.
He said he walked off the field. I thought he walked off the Braves.
I don't know. I have no clue.
That was 93. Okay. Yes, he walked off Mitch Wild Thing. Remember when Mitch Wild Thing Williams?
Yep. I remember that. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join us here on the program. Our Gamecock fans thinking like that last picture that we had up there, that Georgia could lose 4 games. I don't see that happening. Don't see that happening at all. 803-470-2905. Jackpot, we did have do you have a Phil Petty memory you want to share with folks? Because I remember him just being not like a lights out quarterback, but just solid.
Yeah, he was solid. He was a smart quarterback, solid. Beat Ohio State 2 years in a row. After the team had went 0-11 and then 1-10. I mean, that's no small feat. I mean, that's some good shit. Beat Georgia there in 2020 or 2020, 2000. I mean, that was the one that kind of turned the whole thing around. I mean, you can make an argument for the big, huge New Mexico State win, but that game against Georgia, they won there at home. Beat Quincy Carter and Georgia, and that was really one that kind of set that season on its ear. He played his high school ball, and he was only from about 20 miles from here, Boiling Springs, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Home Dylan Thompson.
Spartacus, the bringer of rain, says you never hear race fans say they're good because they want a three-way battle for last place like Tennessee does. Very good, sir. I just remember Petty was just a solid guy. I mean, he didn't go out and there wasn't very many games where he threw for crazy numbers like Connor Shaw did, but he was just solid. That's the best.
Vol Guy 78 says Boiling Springs representing here. Boiling Springs, Gamecocks had 2 starting quarterbacks from Boiling Springs High, so that's an interesting fact.
803-470-2905. Christian Carver says Phil Petty also beat Georgia 2 years in a row. I did not remember that. Yeah. I remember the Ohio State games though. And he was solid in those games. He really, really was. So there's that. All right. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Vandy Chris says, what kind of penalties do you think Tennessee gets? 18 level Vaughn violations is steep. We talk about
Nothing.
that. They're not going to get anything, even though they're the most corrupt program in the SEC. Remember, 3 times Jackpot in 11 seasons they've been cited. But I doubt anything is going to happen. No.
Yeah, because they cooperated with the investigation, because they fired Jeremy Pruitt with cause. I mean,
somebody said something, and I wish I could give them credit, because on the Friday show they were talking about that. What if there were some boosters that were like, you know what? We just don't like this fucking guy Pruitt. And maybe they just leaked it to get it out there so that they can have a way to get Pruitt out of there without paying him. That's what they were trying to do. Maybe that was part of it. I mean, that doesn't sound too far-fetched. And you're right. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. They're cheaters. We have it on the bookcase of accountability. I've got it right here. There you go. 3-time cheaters. Cheater. I did love Jeremy Pruitt. I thought he would be great, and I was wrong on that. He was a piece of shit and worked for a program that was a piece of shit program, and they cheated. Liars, cheated, and they're not going to get anything for it.
Didn't he? Remember he was the DC at Georgia there for a while, and he was just a real asshole, and just didn't get along with a lot of people down there or something like that. Which I was just kind of shocked when they when Tennessee hired him for a head coach. I was like, well, what's going on here? I'm like,
it's an Alabama Jackpot. Wasn't he at Alabama?
No, he was at Georgia before that.
Oh, okay. Either way,
yeah, Billy says UGA knew he was a piece of shit when he was at UGA, threatened to beat Rick up. Yeah, he got drunk. Yeah, I mean, I knew he did something over there.
Frothy Tavern says Pruitt looked like Cornholio during COVID season. Damn it. With all that. Fuck. Pesky Poll says NCAA needs to go back and look at Pruitt's time at Georgia. Well, if you're going to do that, then we should go back and look at what was it? Wasn't Shane Beamer part of that whole thing with Wake Forest where they were stealing plays or something? I mean,
WikiLeaks.
going back. Yeah, you can't keep going back.
Yeah, I think I think somebody. Yeah, I think he got caught up in the bad crowd.
Yeah. Either way, you can't keep going back and back because you'll end up finding stuff that you just. Sir, you guys says Pruitt eats asparagus flavored ice cream. Okay, terrific. Harry Lake says Pruitt was lit as in drinking and got sideways, or so the rumor holds. That's funny. Pruitt was only good because he coached at great programs. That's the only reason he was considered for head coaching gigs. As I open up medicine bottles for my daughter here. Anyway, yeah, but nothing's gonna come of that. Read Leonard Sarasota's comment here.
He says, "Sending my kind regards, Mr. Crockpot. Looks as though Tennessee will skate through this NCAA investigation relatively scot-free. Sets up for many years of Heupel beating Beamer's ass." Well, according to some, if Shane doesn't beat Clemson sometime within the next 3 years, he's going to be fired anyway. So,
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah, and Vol guy's right about his wife worked in compliance at Troy, so her name was Casey Pruitt, and she was having some issues there with her stuff too. Anyway, let's go out to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, it's Big Barney Ross. I got something I want you to think about. Now, last year, Kentucky had, 15 players under indictment, some
Right.
DUIs, some coaches slapping some wives around. And we just had, I think we led the league, or at least the SEC East, in most fumbles and turnovers. We wound up winning, 10 games. I think the SEC East is so bad. They've made us look good. I think everybody in the SEC East is going to take a step back, including Georgia. What if everybody in the SEC, all the teams take a step back? But no matter what happens, if Tennessee beats us by a face mask, it's because they cheated. Big Barney Ross, you think
Big Barney Ross, no.
here.
Before you leave, Big Barney Ross, you have some explaining to do. Why does your quarterback put mayonnaise in his fucking coffee? You have to stand your ground on that one, sir. What the fuck is that?
Well, that, and he also eats bananas after they have expired, peeling and all. And you know what they say about bananas that have gone black? They never go back. So once you start putting mayonnaise in and that's what I was trying to tell you last year. You didn't want to play Kentucky. Clemson did not want Kentucky in the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl. Not with our quarterback. You think about that, Big Barney Ross. I'm out.
Good point, sir. Good point.
So he eats bananas with a peel on them,
and not just like he eats them with the peel on them, but they have to be rotten. He eats them rotten.
Ugh.
They're Jesus. What a mess. What a mess that is. I got nothing for you on that.
I don't know how you'd even be able to get it down, because it looks like when you would take a bite of it, if it's black and rotten, it's going to explode anyway.
Harry Lex said there is a video. Leonard Sarasota says, do you see a steep drop-off switching from Venables to Wes Goodwin, a top 5 defensive coordinator to an unknown assistant? Look, I can only tell you this. The talent level hasn't dropped off as far as bringing in the recruits that the Goodwin brought in. Clemson's recruiting class for next year, the first under Goodwin, has a lot of great defensive players. And as long as you bring some of those guys in, it's going to work out fine. I mean, they think of him as kind of like a mad scientist, is the kind of the way that they think about him. I know Mike Jones, who's a linebacker down at LSU now, they asked him about it at SEC kickoff, and he said that Venables is a good coach, but they're not going to miss him much because he liked Goodwin. So I mean, I don't know. It's one of those areas where you think everything will be okay, but in the end, you don't really know. You don't really know. Um, I do think that on the other side of the ball, the big thing at ACC kickoff earlier this week was, Uyunglele lost weight, and Uyunglele looks like he's, thinner now, and he could do more stuff. I'm just telling you what Jones said, man.
Is
That's
he
what they refer
spelt?
to him as. Mad scientist. That's how they came up with it. I don't believe all of that. To me, he looks like just like some young guy standing on the sidelines. I don't know. That's the term that was used. The whole thing about Uyunglele though was, man, he lost weight. That was the whole thing. Just because you lost weight doesn't mean that you're going to be a fucking good quarterback.
Yeah, he wasn't a
That's-
shitty quarterback last year because he was fat. He was a shitty quarterback because he was very inaccurate. That didn't have anything to do with being fat. I mean, he's not known as a running quarterback anyway.
Yeah, you Kentucky fans know about that. Jared Lorenzen was a fat fuck, and he threw the ball all over the fucking place. You can be a fat guy and throw the ball. So that has nothing to do with it. Peg and Megan with the super chat. Thank you. Is it September yet? We're getting close.
Not yet.
803-470-2905.
Make sure
But
you give me
as far
$10
as
every day and ask me that question every day, and I'll answer it for you until September. If you don't, I'll have $600.
good point, sir.
No,
But
I'll have about $380.
okay, jackpot, whatever. I don't know about it. Okay, but
Just trying to figure out how many days it is till September.
okay. Anyway, but no, I do think that that's kind of the wrong thing to look at. What you should be looking at Clemson is who's going to catch the football, and with him throwing it. That's going to be kind of the big thing there. So I I don't know what to think. I mean, I think Clemson's going to be solid on defense, I believe, just because of the guys they've got coming back. But offensively, if they're going to line up and try to run this, hey, we're going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Yeah, people are going to stack that box. They're going to get Shipley killed by game 3 or game 5 because the first 3 games are shit. But game 5, he'll be dead and the season will be over.
I was going to say, this year, I normally try to go to one football game a year, like maybe one away game for the Gamecocks a year. And this year, we're planning on taking our vacation the first week in October to Pennsylvania. And I was going to try to go to the Kentucky game, but it kind of like coincides with that. So probably going to be able to go to the game at Vanderbilt. For the Gamecocks, but so there's a chance on October the 7th that me and my better half, which is a Friday night game, before we fly home on Saturday, maybe going to a game at Rutgers.
Well, good luck with all that.
Yep, they play Nebraska.
Okay. You'll be one of about 1,800 people in the stand. You should be fine.
Nah, there'll be 50,000 people there. 50,000 New Jerseyites rocking.
Billy says for the 5th time, I remember you putting this out there, Billy. Should players that illegally receive money be able to transfer and continue playing? I mean, I don't know how you can pin down on each player, but at this juncture, if Tennessee is not going to have a bowl ban and nothing is going to happen to them, they just lay their dick out on the table and do whatever the hell they want. Why should you penalize the players? You're not penalizing the program. Tennessee should have had a 2-year bowl ban and no on-campus visits for 2 years. If the NCAA was serious about the whole student-athlete thing they put so much out there, they've got Tennessee by the balls. Tennessee admitted they did all this stuff. They should have dropped the hammer on their head and said, no bowl ban and no on-campus visits for 2 years. That's how shit should have been done. But they won't do that because they're pussies. It's basically the way it rolls. Let's go out to the phones. Welcome to the program. Good evening. Hello.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, my name's Matthew. So called me the smart Georgia fan, I think about a year ago. But no, I agree completely in the sense that the NCAA doesn't, they don't bring down punishment. I watched your show, Rob, the other day, fast enough to make it pertinent. Therefore, like what USC's, because I'm from South Carolina, their assistant, basketball coach got caught up in the whole scandal with Petrino a few years ago, and yet we still had repercussions. But now that Tennessee is suddenly obliged with everything, like there's no punishment. It doesn't make sense why.
Well, it doesn't make sense. Hey, we got caught. We did it. Yay! Sorry, we did it. Here's all the information. Here's what we did. I mean, it shouldn't be. We shouldn't have any of this. I mean, seriously, 2-year bowl ban, and I agree with the pesky poll. Make them hire Dooley again. Fuck them.
Well, I mean, Josh Pate's 247 episode was the NCAA's over. What's y'all's opinion on that, if you don't mind?
With the NCAA being over, if it's gone.
Yeah, it was his latest episode today.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I think I know where he's going. Where if the NCAA goes away, I've talked about this before. They got to figure out. First of all, I like the idea of we're going to have one governing body and it's going to be something that pulls away from the NCAA, and I'm fine with that. But you got to have somebody that's going to run it that's not going to be affected by the home office in Charlotte or the home office in Birmingham or in Chicago or whatever, that has the satchel to tell these people, no, fuck you. We're not going to do this bullshit where you can go out and you can hand money like Tennessee did or like North Carolina did. No, we're not going to do that. Being a student athlete is what is important here. If that's what they want to do, then they need to hammer people. And I'm talking about not the death penalty, but fuck them so hard that we could stick a plunger up their ass and they wouldn't feel it. That's what they need to do. But we got to have somebody that can do that people respect. The only name that I can think of off the top of my head is if Nick Saban decided to retire, or if Steve Spurrier decided, hey, I don't want to play golf all the time. Those are the two that would be like, yeah, fuck you. We're going to do it this way. These are the rules we came up with. Deal with it. But until we have somebody that has a satchel and is not scared of these people, I mean, they should have a form when you join this league to play for the national title. You don't get to bring your fucking lawyers. You don't get to come out and say, oh, well, you ruled against us, so we're going to sue. No, fuck you. Fuck your lawyers. You all go to hell. You don't get to sue here. That's the cost of being able to play for a national title is your lawyers don't get to come to play. We make the rules here. You're going to abide by the rules. And if not, then you're going to fucking die. That's the way that it should be. But it won't, because we have a society of pussies right now. Pussies. So you Tennessee fans, by the way, you go and you shake them pom-poms and throw your fucking mustard out there. Just know that you're the dirtiest program in the SEC, and it's a documented fact.
Well, maybe we should send the new rules in a McDonald's bag, right?
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm watching. No, I love your show. I love you and Jackpot. I watch y'all every Wednesday and Sunday. And I'm slowly watching the posts come through. Maybe I'm instigating some volunteer fans, but with that
That's
comment.
Fine.
But
all right, man. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
All right. Now, and my isn't with the Tennessee fans as much as it is with the NCAA, because they really should do better. Just do better.
Josh Pinion says, are you doing the Pit Them Challenge again this year? Yes. Keep watching the show for details. Leonard, Sarasota, Crock Pot, I know you voiced your disdain for Greg Adkins. He coached under Fulmer years ago. His offensive lines were always talented, but usually underperformed. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't get what the whole deal was with that hire from Beamer. It just seemed like a really weird hire. And the thing was, the year before, he was the offensive line coach at Marshall, who led the country in rushing, I think. So I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I don't know if last year, I don't know if 2020 was a fluke with those offensive linemen, um, and paving the way for Kevin Harris to rush for 1,000 yards, or I don't know if he's just a terrible line coach. I mean, they played under Eric Wolford, and he was pretty good. I mean, he must be Nick Saban's O-line coach now. I don't know.
I don't know either. All right, final call for calls 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That's the number to dial if you'd like to join us here on the program.
Sir UGA says, sorry ass volunteers pit their team on a prison work detail, have them go pick up trash around Vanderbilt's campus. What kind of trash would you find around Vanderbilt's campus? An empty pocket protector?
A fucking broken beaker? I don't know.
A TI-80 calculator that doesn't work?
Yeah. An old calculator watch. Remember those calculator watches? Yeah, one of those.
Oh yeah. I had one. Loved it. Got caught cheating with one time too.
Yeah. Big Money Ross says, no matter what Missouri does this year to be marred by Star Wars comments during the post-game TV interviews. Elijah says Planned Parenthood receipts. That's very good.
You
sir.
were never considered the shit unless you wrote the answers to a test on the bottom of your tennis shoes.
I never had to do all that. I never did all that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have to do all that, but no. I did get suspended for telling somebody they were a poster boy for a prophylactic. Once he went and looked up what prophylactic was, then he went and told the teacher about it, and I got suspended for 3 days for that. Because apparently you can't tell people that. So
Yeah, no.
Grey Poupon jars. Oh my God. That's how you tell the difference between the Tennessee and the Vanderbilt fans. Tennessee fans will throw the damn Value City mustard. If Vanderbilt fans are going to throw it, it's Grey Poupon.
The Tennessee fan is going to throw the Food City Food Club brand mustard bottles. Vandy throw the Grey Poupon. At South Carolina, it's either the fucking Publix or the Food Line brand, I guess.
No, you guys don't throw mustard bottles. You guys throw
Clemson's Angles. They're gonna throw that Laura Lynn.
By the way, someone needs to one of you folks over there need to send me this video of Will Levis putting mayonnaise in his coffee. There's a video out for that, and you have it. Please send it my way. I'm gonna do something with that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet, but yeah. Josh says Spencer Rattler will throw 10 ITs this year, over or under. What do you think, Jackpot?
How many?
10.
10?
10. Over or under 10?
I'm gonna say over, but I think he throws a ton of touchdowns too.
I'm gonna say under, and I'll tell you why. Because I think if he gets up to the 8 or 9 realm of it, a lot of that's going to have to do with protection, and he may get hurt. And that comes back down to the offensive line. So I'm going to take the under simply because I have no confidence in your offensive line with that Fat Art Anderson, as you call him, O-line coach. And I think that he may have trouble staying healthy if that O-line doesn't block for him. So I'm going to go under.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Football says under, I think 9. Okay, that's fair too. Anyway, Jackpot, did you want to really quickly pick the East really quick here before we did with the ACC the other night?
Sure.
The East, I've got Georgia at 1. Do you agree?
Yeah, I guess I have to.
All right. Who have you got second?
Gamecocks.
Seriously?
Yes.
He's some slapdick from East Boga,
Right.
community college.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to pick South Carolina, but I'm going to go with. I like Kentucky at 2.
Mm.
All right. Who do you like at 3?
Give me Rocky Top.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee at 3. So that's fine. Who do you got at 4?
Give me some Kentucky.
I'm gonna take South Carolina at 4.
Fair.
At 5, who do you got?
Give me some Florida. No,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Give me Mizzou.
you like Mizzou, okay. You know what? I'm gonna take Mizzou. Fuck Florida. Give me Mizzou at 5. I'll take Florida at 6, and then Vanderbilt at 7.
And I will also take Vanderbilt at 6 and Florida at 7.
You got Florida finishing dead last. I mean, it's your picks. Hey,
They don't have the talent. I mean, I think Vandy beats them. Vandy beats them.
This dude's a freak.
exactly.
All right, Dabo.
All right, so let's go to the West. The West, I've got Alabama at 1. You like Bama at 1?
Yeah.
At 2, I'm going to take Mississippi State at 2.
Go ahead and play that little Dabo clip again.
Which one? This one?
He's got milk bone underwear on, and they're chomping at him
Yeah.
everywhere he goes.
Okay. I can't believe you sat there. Okay. No, yeah, I'm taking Texas A&M at number 2.
I've got at number 3, I'm taking Ole Miss.
I'm gonna take Arkansas.
At number 4, I'm going to take LSU.
Okay, I'm gonna take Ole Miss at number 4.
At number 5, I'm going to take Texas A&M.
Okay, at number 5, I'm gonna take Mississippi State.
I've got Arkansas at 6.
At 6, I'm taking LSU.
And I've got Auburn at 7.
Something we can all agree on. Fuck them.
Auburn.
This is a giant cock.
All right, there you go. All right, so there's our picks right
fuck
there.
Stank and fuck them.
Are you still mad at Stank Bigsby?
I hope they rot. Yes, fuck them.
Oh, shit. Why not?
Hope you find a therapist who can help you. I hope you die of ass cancer.
Exactly. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know where else to go from here. Jackpot's been fun.
Papa
back-
B says fuck Bumper Pool. What a damn name.
Bumper Pool. His parents had to be high when they did that.
They had to.
All right, you guys are awesome. We appreciate y'all. We've had a big audience tonight. And as always, you guys are great. We'll be I'm gonna do a show tomorrow, I believe, and then Jackpot and I'll be back at it together on Wednesday. We'll talk to you guys later on. Have a good night.